Oscar Duarte, 3 straight. Sergio, he keeps getting better and better, but this win since his defeat to Ryan Garcia. Other than Garcia, maybe the toughest fight of his career.
I believe so. An extended amateur background. He's confident so because when you're dealing with a fighter like Kenneth Sims, who out of his hometown, he had a great training camp. This is going to be just a perfect clash of styles.
And the question is, over
power versus speed, pressure versus savviness.
It's 12 rounds. Can that pressure of Oscar Duarte really for this fight brought in a lot of movers, he said, preparing day, yet to Kenneth Sims. He's been training proper Kenneth Sims, try to use every inch of this ring, especially with those body shots. Oscar Duarte can get a big one to stay away from him. If he can track Sims down.
How strong is Oscar Duarte, you ask? Well, you saw he didn't go down. Duarte, the only man to have what JoJo Diaz just went through in the last fight. Stopped JoJo Diaz. That was in April of last year. Duarte telling us that he will change his mind once he feels he believes Sims early on is going to square up and try and fight him. Mexican power.
His opponent tonight, fighting out of and representing his hometown of Chicago, Illinois, Sims Jr. Here is Kenneth Sims.
This is for Kenneth Sims Jr., who hasn't fought at home. What a moment since he was a 16-year-old amateur national champion, a junior Olympic. And what an amateur he was, 2-time bronze medalist. But was known for, people started saying, wait a minute, this guy can get the job done on his own for being more of a vaunted sparring partner, Chris Merritt. And here he is, 9 straight wins.
Yeah, and then hit a tough stretch between 2017. Got off to a good start to his career, 12-0, 2019, when he went 1-2-1. He attributes that something he was diagnosed with as an amateur, which, among other things, to an early diagnosis of sickle cell traits can affect you negatively as an athlete training, can take your win adjustments. He started working with nutritionists like perfecting and can make your conditioning suffer at certain times. He made some athletes who have gotten that issue under control, and the result, Rodriguez a few years ago, that put him back on the map. Has been 9 straight wins. He beat Elvis. A win tonight will put him right there in title contention.
I asked him what his best performance was. Hasn't happened yet, but I think I can deliver in his career. And he said, I've never been my best. That fight for it tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Chicago is now. Chicagoans, the moment you've all been waiting for is live on the zone from Credit Union One Arena here. This is the main event in the beautiful city of Chicago, Illinois of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing, this eliminator. It is presented by Oscar de la Schedule in this WBA Super Lightweight title. He has Golden Boy Promotions in association with, sponsored by El Mexicano brand products. Bringing Cancun Boxing de Pepe Gomez. Authentic sabor to your table. Somos and sportsbook experts. Wild Casino, America's most El Mexicano. Bet online, your online trusted online casino, Wild Casino. Let's get AutoZone, and brought to you by Riyadh Season. Get Wild, AutoZone, get in the zone with Auto. Sanctioned by the Illinois State Athletic Commission, the executive, your 3 judges scoring at ringside on the 10-point must system. Director in attendance, Nancy Hill. Mike Fitzgerald. Al Gallardo ring. Your referee in charge of the action is and Nathan Palmer. And inside the Mark Nelson. And now fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready. The Chicago, Illinois. Make some noise and you. Wearing tan trunks, he weighted officially 130. Introducing you first. Fighting out of the blue corner, 39 3/4 pounds. 820 victories, just 2 defeats, 1 draw. 85-fight veteran, his record stands at 22. 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the boss man, Kenneth, the fighting pride of Chicago, Illinois. Sims Jr. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting Mexico, green, white, and red. Out of the red corner, wearing the colors of... He weighted officially 139 3/4 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, pounds, and holds a professional record of 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Chihuahua, Mexico. Presentando el orgullo de Parranda, mi Duarte.
Chief seconds.
Gentlemen, you both received my instructions in the dressing room. Clean fight, obey my commands, and protect yourself at all times. You know exactly what I expect. A good plan. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Pitch. Do you want Chihuahua? This crowd is at a fever. Or do you want Chicago weight title eliminator scheduled for 12 rounds? Chicago. This a WBA super Duarte versus Sims Jr. Go.
Okay.
Here we.
That jab right there is going to be key to this fight. Getting off the ropes and not letting Duarte turn into the bus. Saw that for Sims Jr. keeping the fight in the middle of the ring. Stay he is.
Kenneth Sims Jr. has a history banks some of these early rounds. He has to expect to get a mid to late round of being a fast starter. I think it's going to be important for him to pound surge Oscar Duarte once he gets some momentum going.
When look at the size of Duarte's back, it looks like he has
in these early rounds is going to be critical, I think, for Ken Sims.
bricks under his skin.
Normally muscles don't translate to power, but when it comes to Oscar Duarte, he's always been a muscular fighter, but that's definitely the case. Sims is not known as power is not how he's going to win this fight. His ring generalship, it's defense puncher at all, but that's not how he's going to win this fight. Pop and that jab right there, controlling Duarte, not letting him
Went to the body.
get off on his power punches.
And both of these fighters love going.
You know, Sims thinks this fight for him is let Duarte get you momentum and do not fight with your back against the ropes. Pretty simple. Stick and move, create angles. Don't.
Beautiful combinations by Sims right there. Touch them upstairs.
It sounds so easy, Chris.
There's downstairs, every punch in the book.
But Duarte has shown that it's never easy. Duarte said that Duarte was the strongest and heaviest hit with him. In fact, Ryan Garcia, who ended up stopping her, that he's ever been in the ring with.
No question. That's why it is.
Good body shot there by Duarte.
Oh, and a nice upper.
So important for Kenneth Sims to get off to one of these fast starts.
Cut as well. Sergio, did you like being the home fighter?
I hated it. I had to take that body shot by Duarte. 2 draws in my career. I think Sims didn't like.
There's so many outside distractions. You got to worry about your family being taken. A lot of media responsibilities. Care of tickets for your friends. You're trying to sell tickets.
Happens to a lot of fighters. I mean, we saw it with Regis Prograis when he fought, and then it happens all the time. Just too much pressure being the hometown fighter. Orleans, you know, he didn't look good. Katie Taylor when she fought in Dublin.
There's a flip side of the coin too. A lot of fighters like it.
Good, right. You know, those close rounds, the judges hear the noise sometimes.
Fighting at home, especially over in the UK.
Yeah, and at times, they're humans. It can affect who they give a round to.
Pullman came right back and put a combination on Sims. What, Sims landed a clean right hand, but Duarte didn't let him have that moment.
Va a ir, va a ser cuestión del tiempo. Mira, cuando ya lo estás arrimando, dos abajo, pero no puede, va eso por abajo,
and then you got to dip under, okay? So when you're getting close, I want you to throw one downstairs and go over the top of that. When you throw that pound, that overhand shot, you got to dip under his hook. 3 shots, 2 downstairs, overhand top. Don't forget to and then go right back to the body.
Pum, 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 y váyase.
Dip under that hook.
Sí, no, ya la sintió, él ya la sintió. Okay?
You already felt your hands, you already felt your power.
Nomás no te me pares enfrente de él.
Look, catching and countering, that's what Sims is going to have to do. He can't let Duarte Nice jab right there by Duarte. Loose on that buzzsaw combination that he likes doing. But that's exactly what some body shots against the ropes.
You know, it's always fun.
What Duarte did right there in a tight fight, came forward, got
to ask guys who they brought in for sparring partners. Kenneth Sims in this fight. First of all, Sean, if you're watching, you're crazy. Stop sparring him. Said an interesting answer. He brought Sean Porter in to help him spar with these young guys. But if you're going to get a sparring partner like that, you're Duarte.
And Chris, there were rumors that this fight might
not many better to emulate the pressure style of Oscar.
Actually been reduced to 10 rounds, but it did say it.
In my opinion, it would have been Kenneth Sims because he would have had.
Well, who would that have favored if they took 2 rounds off the board?
In my 2 less rounds to deal with the pressure of Duarte. There was an issue where an official eliminator. Both these guys ranked in the top 5 in the day with the WBA sanctioning this fight as by the WBA at 140 pounds.
For Sims Jr.
Yeah, but everything's off that jab.
Nice right hand.
Everything's off that stick. If Sims can continue
nice left hand. Good variety from the Mexican.
And that's the thing about Sims. He could
from Duarte, a left hook and caught him again, then went downstairs with the right.
Control the majority of this round with that jab, but as soon as he gets the heavy hands on Duarte's side, touched by Duarte.
Ooh.
Duarte gets nothing but confidence in it.
I heard Oscar De La Hoya say, you know, Sims isn't really a runner. You know, earlier tonight, he doesn't move all that much. He just does a lot of head movement. It is so elusive at the same time. There's a right hand hook. Yeah. And you can see he doesn't really run. He stays in the pocket.
I think runner is a word overused in boxing without running. And Kenneth Sims, I think, is a good example of that.
Sims,
guys can be sharp defensively, be elusive.
Boxer puncher. You know, he doesn't rely on power, but he is a straight pressure puncher. But he does like fighting. That's the thing. Duarte can't change his stripes. The thing about Sims is he can box you on the outside.
For Duarte.
You know, Todd, to your point about running, when I talk to people,
they'll fight you on the inside.
Good exchange there.
In Sims' team, one of their concerns coming into this fight is that instinct, that reflex to want to bang on the inside. They know their best chance. Sims will want to rumble with Duarte because he has that to win is to box. But sometimes, Sergio, a fighter's
to his corner to check that instinct because he's going to need a fight. This monster
instinct takes over.
No, listen, I love the fact that he has that instinct that sets her off him. He can't just box
big
him.
Right hand for Duarte. That might have buzzed it.
Anytime Sims is against the ropes, he better.
Sims trying to fight off the ropes.
Get off. He can't stand nowhere near those ropes because Duarte
everything he had in that left hand.
They won't take advantage of it.
Boys, Duarte flipped him again. Good round here for Duarte.
Time.
Stabbing, doing everything good. Everything, stay tight with everything. Like, he give you your pace. And now change it up one. Good job, deep breath. Stay tight with it. You're trying to pick up your boards. Don't work, baby. Stay that way. Stay that way. Stay in control, just like you tell me. Stay in.
Boxing in circles, but he's getting hit with the looping shots, even though they're blocking. And Sims doing a good job going around. They're ricocheting off his gloves and onto his chin like that. To hold that power off, and they're bound to seep through and hurt. The longer this fight goes, the more that his arms aren't going to be able to hold a guy like Sims if he's not ducking under those punches.
Sergio Mora ringside. This is our main event. Todd Grisham, Chris Mannix event. Off the back heels of a co-main event that'll be. Looked like he found the fountain of youth. And considered for one of the best fights of the year, JoJo Diaz. Tough decision loss to Regis Prograis.
That jab is going to be key, and right now Sims is looking real sharp with that jab, but he needs to duck under those punches of Duarte hard, that even if you catch him, you're going to feel the blunt and the force when they're looping around. You can't even catch those punches. Duarte punches so hard. So Sims a three-shot jab. Punch combination right there. We're back to the stick. Everything's going to come off the...
Does Sims need to get the respect of Duarte?
Duarte get off on punches like that, he's going to be just fine. So, no, I think if he has that jab going and not letting him going around.
That'll get some respect. He sat down on that right.
Body shot there by Duarte. See, that's what I mean.
Right hand, and the boss man scored.
And even when they're blocked, they're bound to have an effect. Of this fight, he cannot let Duarte back him up and do. The boss man needs to stay in charge, do what he wants when he wants.
Victory ever. Duarte said if he beats Sims Jr., this would be his greatest. A title shot, very likely for the winner. Duarte tried to set up that overhand right, but Sims knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's way too early. Body.
Sergio, a missed opportunity by Sims, though.
To be looping shots like that, that right hand would have done better going down to the back.
Duarte out of position, throwing that wild right. Should have countered that.
The thing about Sims Jr., he's a fighter, not just all boxing. He's able to...
Something.
Oof, both of them exchanging, Sims exchanging, and this exchange too early for that, in my opinion.
Sergio is...
He better be smarter than braver.
Oh, and he ate that left hand. Sims Jr. going to be too brave for his own good tonight. Duarte scored again. Sims Jr. does not look good here.
This is that power of Duarte. I've never looked at Duarte as being a
third.
Punch knockout guy, but his accumulation of punches, that's what
getting hit by shots. He needs to defensively make Duarte miss.
Wears guys down.
If Sims doesn't start dipping and not, he can't catch those shots because they're going to penetrate through and still do that completely. Don't give him any kind of impact damage. Guys like Duarte, you got to make him miss just like that.
They go like this and then go. Don't stand you get next to him, right? When you stand like this, you know it's going to load up. Deep breaths, come on.
Duarte digging down to the body, nothing landing cleanly. You know, the elbow. See, there we have. Duels are tucked in by Sims, moving around the ring. That's what he needs to do in directions, left to right. But this is what Duarte does. Keep popping that stick. Nice overhand right there by Sims, changing. He finds a way to penetrate through that guard and like that.
Yeah, that's a six-punch combination that Duarte landed.
Once he gets started with that combination, it's hard to stop a buzzsaw.
Including the one big shot, the buck of the legs of Kenneth Sims.
And nowhere. All the way back. To hide from Sims. Punches are coming from anywhere and everywhere.
Round 4 scheduled for in a few moments. 12, we'll get a look at Chris's unofficial scorecard here. Both of these men fought 100. Chris Mannix's scorecard. You got it 2 rounds to 1 for Duarte.
Yeah.
68 days ago, Sims Jr. As we look at
Oscar Duarte, shots like that he landed in the third round, an effect on Kenneth Sims Jr. Sims has got to find a one that forward. Look, his power punching is starting to have a way to stay on that jab and stay away from these power combinations.
Punches. If you're not going to use your waist and your upper body to make Duarte stay on that jab and make Duarte miss, if you're not going to be dipping those completely miss, you're bound to get broken down.
Good body shot.
You have the jab, you have the agility, all that is on your side.
Duarte a moment ago.
You have the footwork. You can't let Duarte do this. And there's an overhand shot that landed cleanly on Sims. Sims took that.
It's hard to out-tough a Mexican.
That punch well.
And Duarte 23 KOs in his 29 victory. Sims 8 knockouts in his 22 wins.
You said it, Todd. It's hard to out-tough a Mex like Duarte. But you got to outmaneuver fighters like this.
Down of Sims Jr. Right hand for Duarte. Mexico chance here in Chicago, even though it's the hometown. It up with a stiff jab. Sims answers back.
Yeah, he got. Good shot. There it is again.
And that
Sims got caught with the right ankle and then came back with a check hook of himself.
Throws Duarte for a second.
Yep. Those two dominate most of it. Solid that hooks landed by Sims in this round, even though Duarte seemed to.
Well, Ring 4 is slated for November 22nd as BC light heavyweight title on the line against David Benavidez. The Mexican monster puts his W. Anthony Yard plus Devin Haney challenges Brian Norman Jr. for his WBO welterweight title.
Keep throwing to the body. Look, you gotta aim for that midsection. Look, when you throw that left hander for what's coming back. You gotta keep that hand. From Sims that he's been popping out there. That's a nice. And there's that nice jab right there. But see, Duarte's getting accustomed to it, getting accustomed to the length and the length of that jab because Duarte's getting closer and closer to the length of it. Sims better start alternating the speed to countering over the top of that jab.
Rounds.
Did you hit
Timekeeper butchered it.
Bell.
Chris, that was an accidental 2-minute.
I think that benefits Ken Sims.
The bell, what's going on here ringside? I think they're getting too enthralled.
One less minute.
And now the referee's saying rings in this matchup.
He owes us a minute. This is a tight fight. And this is the thing that we talked about before. Duarte lets him have the beginning of every round's fight. That Ken Sims Jr. can do a little bit of boxing, a little bit of fighting, and Sims controls him with that jab. But he has to fight him in the
like an Olympic showdown, Chris. World Cup atmosphere.
Second half of that round.
And now chance of USA. It's like, this is incredible. I'm getting shades of versus Amanda Serrano when it was
always been a great city. I fought here before. It's an amazing city.
The Puerto Rico and Ireland chance.
Chicago. More fights need to come to this area in the Midwest.
Sims doesn't have the power to hurt Duarte, but he's got to keep throwing a couple good counter hooks there for Kenneth. Those power shots to get the respect of him.
Controlling man is immune to body shots. Not that jab, but you could hurt him to the body. You can hurt him downstairs. No man. There we go. See, that's Sims Jr. right there. Poking him downstairs, coming around the guard, and then not staying in front of him. Sims, go back to that stick. Jr. could box like this for the entire 3 minutes of a round. That's how
one left hook away from freezing Sims Jr. in his.
He wins this fight.
But Duarte's just tracks. Sims Jr. listed as
And he's having a great round right here, moving around.
He's orthodox, but does like to switch hits.
Yes, he does. Both sides, left and right, not letting Duarte get off.
Good left to the body from Duarte.
But it's because of that jab, upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, this is the best round so far for Sims Jr. Oh, nice counter. Good timing from Sims.
Left hook.
Keep him up.
Jr.
That punch is going to be there again. Catch and counter right with the puncher or not. If you catch an aggressive left hook, he's going to hurt Oscar Duarte. There it is again. If Sims catches him with that catch and counter shoot, like Ryan Garcia caught him off guard with that left hook. But he has that fast twitch, quick. Sims may not have the Garcia power or reflex.
Time. 5 seconds. Obey the back.
Looking good that round. You feel good too, did you? Team step.
He's had Duarte digging down to the body. And it Sims catching and countering nicely, but it's that jabs that really let Duarte get off on any of his offense that he's known for. Impressed me in that round. Of course, those body shots around the guard didn't. Catch and counter left hook that I was talking about. That punch will be there again. And that's that catch.
And it was right on the temple, Sergio, and you don't have to have a lot of
Speed and not power, accuracy.
I can see a very
power to injure somebody if you hit him on the temple.
Yeah, you heard him with
happy corner of Kenneth Sims Jr. between the that's the kind of fight they want Kenneth Sims fighting these last couple of rounds. They like the movement, they like the activity.
Sergio, do you think Sims Jr. has kind of figured him out, or is that just going to be
he caught and countered with that left hook right now? I think Sims had
a blip on the radar as this fight ebbs and flows?
No, he figured him out. Excellent last round. He's starting this round nicely.
Do if you're Duarte, if you think the guy's figured you out?
Well, you better start.
Well,
it is again.
Then what are you
jabbing your way in? Right now he's following Sims around the ring.
Caught him with a left hook.
Jabs, double and triple jabs.
A little bit of
he's following him around. He should be backing him up with
file two on the face of Kenneth Sims. Maybe getting into a bit of a rhythm here.
Landed the perfect overhand right. Sims better not get overconfident.
These last couple of rounds.
Duarte just landed almost.
Against Duarte.
Good body shot by Duarte.
And he better not get tired. He can't be stationary.
Out of his own.
A good counter hook there, though.
And that's what I like about Sims Jr. Right back with the body shot. Now, the heavier hands are definitely with Duarte. The quick.
This is a very even match.
Hands are with Sims Jr.
Chuck. Duarte having some good moments.
Four punch combinations like that. Even though they're blocked, he needs to catch and
It's here in the sixth.
And Sims Jr. cannot allow counter. Intercepts.
There's a left.
There we go. That's what Sims Jr. needs to do. Punch in between. The combination of the
Sims saying, I got you.
punch in between. Duarte, don't let him get off with 4 or 5 punches.
You know that uppercut.
A couple of times that Duarte's tried to land that rear uppercut. There he goes.
It might have hurt Sims, who's backed against the ropes now.
Yeah, to try and do it a third time.
Good stretch here for Duarte as Sims.
Sims didn't slow down. Duarte's slowing him down.
Just slowed down. Good one. And just when the fight was maybe looking like it was starting to slip away from Duarte, he's had a big round 6, but Sims
turning southpaw. Trying to land that right hook.
giving us some shots in now. There's another one.
Now from a different look. Going back to orthodox now.
There's the uppercut from Duarte. The left hook and the uppercut.
The hand of the jab and the catch and counter left hook
have been the punches of choice for Oscar Duarte.
And it's been the right hook by the boss man himself. That jab right there.
Two.
It's close.
right down the gut.
Chris, who did you give that round to? What an atmosphere here in Chicago. And Rockhold, two former UFC superstars, step into the ring. What a night it should be as Darren Till and Luke to settle the score in boxing. That's the co-main event. It's boxing hero Salt Poppy. No takedowns, just for UFC icon Tony Ferguson, who faces Miss Fist live August 30th from Manchester's A.
Lead right hand by Duarte, trying to come
Arena.
Around the guard of Sims Jr. But there's that uppercut you were talking about, Todd. Shots like that will buzz you. The later, because Sims Jr. got a little bit too comfortable inside. They will take your legs. Which is the quicker shots, but the power shots and the heavier punch. But back he comes right there. Sims Jr. with the sharper punches there by Oscar Duarte in a very close round and close fight.
Fight between Duarte and Sims Jr. We're here in the 7th. A very even round. How does Chris Mannix have it scored?
I've got it at 6th round, but I thought the power of Duarte helped him edge. I think the 58-56 in favor of Oscar Duarte. Very competitive. Power of Duarte has been the biggest difference maker in this. Kind of bottled that up and make that the style the rest of the fight. Like Kenneth Sims had a terrific 5th round. He needs to.
Good body shot from Duarte, and Sims is frozen against the ropes.
Keep sticking that jab. Keep this fight in the middle of the ring.
He's not moving. He's got to move.
He needs to move off the ropes. If you're Kenneth Sims Jr., but that's what Oscar Duarte does.
Duarte just teeing off on the stationary Sims Jr.
He forces you to fight his fight. And there's that catch and counter left hook. Sims Jr. You have to fight him. You can't just outbox him. Sims has a game plan, man, but it's just someone like this.
Stiff jabs there from Sims Jr. to
Duarte throws that right hand. Sims Jr. is waiting to catch and counter with that.
Back Duarte up.
Anytime. That left hook. Watch your head.
Chris Mannix is in the corner of Duarte with Robert Garcia.
Robert, what do you think of what you're seeing?
Well, no, the fight's very close. That's why we have to cut the distance, fight on the inside, and Sims is doing a really good job counter-punching, and when he got his distance, don't give him time to breathe.
What does he have to do to close that distance?
He have to cut the ring and be aggressive, throw more punches.
Throw more punches. Duarte doesn't seem to stop.
Getting caught from that southpaw stance. I don't think he should be doing that, especially
throwing punches, Sergio. Here's a few more.
Sims Jr. gets the ropes. You're doing fine from that orthodox stance. Popping that jab. Keep doing what you're having success with. Body shots. If you can start having Duarte on the back foot, good body shot there by Sims. That's what he needs to do. Double up the, that's when you know his body shots are taking the legs of Duarte.
Chris, what a competitive this fight is and wants to keep this fight in close.
What did you make of that advice from Garcia?
I think he recognizes how at a bit of a range, that's where Kenneth Sims has most success, those combinations.
I don't think they've clinched once in this fight.
That's when it's there in the corner. That's when Oscar Duarte can unleash.
No need for clinching. This is just power boxing at it. Duarte. Duarte's overloading a lot of shots. Best, and I'll tell you what, even against the ropes, nothing's landing clean.
Nice right hand with a left as the time runs out. Left just missed for Duarte. Oh, he clipped. Great fight here in Chicago.
That's how you do it. You got to keep that up. You got to show me some heart. You understand?
Mientras no le das pinche mientras no le das cuando le das distancia lo dejas que haga puntos. También le das distancia, no le das.
Don't give him nothing. Don't let him get that distance. When he has that distance, he pitter-pats with that points. He tries to get those points. And there you see Sims against the ropes, and that's what he shouldn't do. It's on the outside. That's his kryptonite. Anytime he's on the rope, Duarte takes advantage. Sims landing shots like that, catching and countering. To that, nothing cleanly. But he's landing shots. Those are getting the attention of Duarte, but the too far in between.
Half of the fight, and watching these two guys in the corner, you know, we're into now the second. Duarte looks like the more fatigued fighter. He was sitting there that last round, looks pretty composed there in his corner, so looks like breathing deeply through his mouth. I was watching Kenneth Sims Jr. after this holding up as we're into the 8th.
Well, when you sparred with, you're going to be durable and in good shape. Sean Porter as your sparring partner.
Big jab to the gut there by Sims Jr. And you can see that he still has the snap.
Which fighter would you rather be right now, Sergio?
Sims in that punch. Junior, I'll be honest with you, even though I might be losing, I like the snap on the, I like the bounce on the feet, on his footwork. I like the punch of Sims right now. In fact, that he's using the ring.
Junior 25 of 60.
And that's going to be variable when you...
Round 7, Duarte 27 of 96. Sims
thinking about how to score each one of these rounds. Close when it comes to connect, significantly higher.
Good body shot there by Sims, catching Duarte.
But the output of Duarte for most of these rounds has been
in an angle.
A little bit low on the body shot there.
It's the catch and counter. You have to intercept. The only way to beat a guy like Duarte is punches in between the shots. You can't let him get off. Have a bust on like this in front of you. Sims has done that in spots, but it's just so difficult to do when you... Now, he's making Duarte miss. You can see that Duarte's a little... It's a good round by Sims Jr. Right? A little bit of fatigue now missing. Sims Jr. needs to keep...
Still a long way to go. We're in the 8th, scheduled for 12.
Picking and pecking with that jab and digging down to the body when he's on the inside. Right here, he needs to go downstairs with the Mexican.
Chance of up.
There we go. See that jab right there? Cutting skirt. Duarte in half. Duarte doesn't like that. No fighter likes that. The more aggressive you get, the more you gut them down there.
The ring off. Duarte's just following Sims around.
There we go.
And instead of cutting, there he is. But there's that uppercut. It's still there. He's stationary. And now Sims needs to be stationary. Or doesn't he?
Duarte took that round. Or Sims outboxed him, but either way.